Hi, I'm James Hartley-Swinnerton. I'm a first year business studies student at Leeds Beckett University, and this is my vlog on consumer behaviour. When considering consumer behaviour, there are three different types of buying situations. Firstly, there is routine problem solving. Secondly, there is limited problem solving. And finally, there is extended problem solving. Routine problem solving, the first of the buying situations, is characterized with a very short decision-making process. Purchases are impulsive and/or habitual and are therefore made on a regular basis. In my case, bread would be a purchase that applies to this particular situation, as I regularly consume it and therefore have to buy it fairly routinely. Limited problem solving, the second of the buying situations, is characterized with a more deliberate decision-making process. Purchases are moderately expensive and have limited risk. In my case, I recently bought a pair of Reebok trainers for around £60. The decision process is described as more deliberate as there are more factors that you are likely to take in before just rushing in and buying a product. Using my example of the trainers, I had to think about a particular style compared to other styles before I bought them. Extended problem solving is the last of the buying situations. It is characterized with a very deliberate, systematic decision-making process. This is as a result of purchases being of a high risk. Purchases that apply to this situation are generally quite rarely made. This is because they are considerably more expensive and normally are a long-term commitment, like a car, for example. In my case, I bought a guitar about a year ago, and that cost me about £600. Due to the high price, the risk is greater, and therefore I spent a lot more time than I would usually on a product to make sure the style and it was the exact thing that I wanted. The theory of planned behaviour was evolved out of the theory of reasoned action, which suggests that intentions are the best predictor of behaviour. This was done by a man called Isaac Agden, if I'm saying that right, in the 1980s. The theory suggests there are three intentions. They are behavioural attitudes, subjective norms, and perceived behavioural control. Behavioural attitudes questions whether the activity or behaviour is enjoyable or not. Subjective norms question whether something is acceptable and/or encouraged in a person's social and cultural background, while perceived behavioural control questions whether an individual has the capability and confidence to perform a desired behaviour. Ultimately, the theory suggests if a person perceives an activity as enjoyable, whilst also having the support of others, as well as feeling capable enough to meet the demands of a task, they will form stronger intentions and be more likely to engage in a particular activity or behaviour. So, relating to this theory to my buying behaviour, I will use the example that I gave earlier of a guitar I bought. For behavioural attitudes, I would say I enjoy playing the guitar. For subjective norms, I would say I am encouraged by family and friends to play guitar. And for perceived behavioural control, I would say I personally feel that I am capable enough on guitar to invest money into buying new equipment. According to this theory, and it's not wrong, due to the intention categories having been answered positively, I have now developed stronger intentions to buy a guitar, which is what I did. Thank you for listening to my vlog on consumer behaviour. Goodbye.